testament to the guys. Those guys come out and work every day, and you don't have to ask them to come out and get their very best. So that part has been fun, man. I told them whenever we come out and we having fun like that, it's fun for the coaches as well. So guys been competing, flying around, and it's been great so far.
What's the biggest strength of the wide receiver room, and where do you want to see growth before the first game?
I think we got some talented guys, and we got guys like Rob and Dre that already have college experience. And then you got those young, talented guys in the room that not only are they talented, but they learning from guys that already been there and done that. So it's been great just having the addition of 2 grad transfers. And then you got Sam Jackson that also played quarterback on the Power 5 level. So it's a lot of knowledge and experience in that room to know what to expect. And it helped prepare those younger guys for, what a practice look like, what a day-to-day fall camp look like, just outside of football. So, man, I'm super excited about that.
Marcus, Kane Lee told us earlier this week that Perry Thompson and Malcolm Simmons have been tough so far in camp. Can you talk about the plays those guys are making?
Yeah, I just think those dudes, they just blessed with ability. Malcolm Simmons, one is super explosive. With all the track stuff that he did, you can kind of see it on film. You can kind of see it when he out there playing as well. And then Perry, he 220 and super powerful, and he a big, fast, strong kid. So he just naturally got ability to make plays too. But at the same time, with those young guys, you still got to develop them and coach them up, because it's a different game with relying just on your talent. You got to be able to work your fundamentals consistently, so I'm pleased with where they are, and we're gonna keep on coaching them up.
How about Cam Coleman? That's a guy that obviously comes in with a lot of expectations and not wasting any time putting himself in a position to play right away.
Yeah, well, one thing about him, he one of the most coachable people I've ever been around as a player and as a coach. And he's super talented. God blessed him with the ability to just do things that others can't. And the best trait that he have, though, is he's super talented, and he taking all the coaching in. Whether it's from me or somebody else, he got all ears, and he want to be great. And that's the testament to the kid.
What makes him a difficult matchup?
Just the combination of size and speed, and he got length, man. He can make all the acrobatic catches. His catch radius is out of this world. You think a ball overthrown or too high, or whatever the case may be, and you just see his length taking over. So he definitely got some God-given stuff that's a blessing for him.
Marcus, we've talked a lot about how much Auburn projects to play outside of 12 personnel this year. What does your wide receiver room look like in maybe 11 or 10 personnel?
Yeah, well, you got a combination of the different guys, man. And right now, the best part about it is we at fall camp, and you getting to see people compete. So all those guys know right now this the time to compete, and what competing doing is making everybody better. So we feel good about the depth that we also have in the room, and so we just got to continue to develop, know exactly what we're doing on each given play, and the best players going to play.
Coach, it feels like the bit that we've seen of Coach Nix and maybe what we saw of Philip last year, they're kind of different in terms of energy, and maybe the message is the same, but they deliver it differently. And so what have you seen kind of in that aspect of having different energy? Maybe, like I said, the guys all say Coach Nix brings it every day. Do you see the guys kind of pick up on that?
Well, Coach Nix, man, he awesome to be around, and for a coach like me to have somebody like him as the leader, it's good to see how he bring it every day, and the players love it, the coaches love it, and you could tell he's been in the SEC, just with not only the receivers, but just from an offensive mind, he's done a really good job of bringing some of the things that he got knowledge of, and the guys loving it, man. So it's been awesome to be around Coach Nix and just learn from him.
How contagious is it?
Oh, it's super contagious. Anytime anybody got good energy, it's always contagious, and that's what we preach to the players as well. Just always have a positive outlook, and whenever a receiver make a play, all of a sudden you see 2 or 3 more receivers making plays, and now a running back busts a big play. So positive energy in any atmosphere is contagious.
Marcus, what's it been like to be able to plug in a guy like Dre into your so much experience, #1 receiver on a really good team? What's that been like?
Yeah, man, it's been fantastic to have him in the room. He another coach. Him and Rob both. I can't say enough about those guys. They an extension of us as coaches. it means something to them. Even how those guys come and sit in meeting rooms, man, they there 15 minutes early, you know, trying to find a way to get better. It means something to them. You can tell they motivated. You can tell both of those guys played a lot of football, and I think ultimately it's going to continue to help those younger guys too, because they seeing what it looked like. And you don't have to motivate the motivated. And those guys come in with a chip on their shoulder to prove whatever.
And we've seen Sam make a lot of plays in practice. What is it like coaching a guy who's having to adjust back to wide receiver, but knowing that it might take some time, but he's already making a lot of plays for you?
Yeah, the knowledge of the game help him just from the quarterback overall standpoint. He see the bigger picture naturally. So when it's time to sit in the zone, he kind of do that more natural than a guy that haven't been in that quarterback room. And it's awesome to have him in there because sometimes he speak up and say some things, and so it's just a good combination of guys from top to bottom as far as personality-wise and what they bring to the room, and it's been good so far.
How's your position group doing so far from a health standpoint? Are you guys relatively healthy?
Oh yeah,
first scrimmage?
Yeah, we relatively healthy, and thank God, we're gonna continue to work, and that's why we harping on making sure we get treatment, making sure we stay hydrated, and doing the little things so we could be proactive from that standpoint. But everything is good.
Going back to Sam, you were a quarterback in high school. How much do you like coaching receivers who have that quarterback background? How much does it help them?
Yeah, it's super helpful, man. Like I said, because they see the bigger picture before it happened. They help them with their pre-snap read. We teaching in their pre-snap and post-snap reads because the defense changed. But Sam already know if a defender, if the Sam backer or the nickel backer is capped with the safety, a blitz may be coming. And he's just naturally bringing that type of knowledge to the room just off the rip of him being a quarterback and seeing the bigger picture. So all of those things are happening naturally and organic for the room, and it's been fun to see.
How helpful is it that he's known Peyton Thorne for a long time too, and those guys have a long-standing relationship?
That's super helpful. They quarterback and receiver in high school, so that's instant chemistry right there. So it's good to see a guy like Sam in the building, and he's been super helpful. With Peyton and getting the guys to understand Peyton, because it's way more than just football with those guys.
What are some of the most important things if a true freshman wants to contribute at wide receiver? What kind of things do they need to do?
Yeah, first off, knowing what to do, alignment, assignment, and then your fundamentals. So if I know what to do, then I know how to do it. Now I got myself a chance. So the biggest thing is being able to get lined up, knowing where to go, your assignment, knowing what to do, and then how to do it with your fundamentals. So if we could focus on those three things right there, you'll have a chance. You'll put yourself in position.
How are Perry and Malcolm doing it? They weren't able to go through spring. How are they handling that aspect?
That's always going to be a learning curve for anybody. But those guys, man, they picking it up, and they learning and growing day by day, 1% better every day.
What's the connection been like between your receivers and Peyton Thorne this fall?
It's been awesome, man, and that's a testament to Peyton. That dude is a leader. He one of the leaders on the team. Those guys following him, they believe in him, and it's a testament to the work that they put in. Like, we ain't just start fall camp. They ain't just start working with fall camp. Those guys been getting out there this entire summer, and it's good to see because all those youngins been working hard.
Marcus, is there sort of a balancing act when you look at these highly rated freshmen of you and the staff, putting them out there and hey, they're just true freshmen at the end of the day, or are you just saying, hey, you've got that talent level, we've got these expectations for you?
Well, in any given moment, you still got to coach those guys up and put them in position to be successful too, no matter what the talent. And that's what coaching come in at. But it's definitely a balance because you don't just want to put somebody in a position that they're not ready for either. So it's a balancing act on continuing to evaluate them, seeing exactly where they're at, and then as coaches, put them in the best position to be successful.
How helpful has it been? I mean, Coach Nix has experience with receivers. Even somebody like Mo Harris has experience coaching receivers. How helpful is it to have that kind of brain trust?
Man, I love it. It's been awesome. And even Coach Freeze, man, he coached receivers at Ole Miss. When he first got in the SEC. So you got Coach Freeze, you got Coach Nix, you got Coach Heath. You got Coach Mo, and you got myself. And so the knowledge that these guys have within the building, man, it's set up for those guys to succeed.
Going back to Rob, I mean, you hear the guys talk about him. It's like, how the heck is this guy, in his first year playing SEC football? It seems like he belongs here. Just kind of, what were the evaluations like on him? And then is he a guy that's exceeded expectations, just kind of as advertised?
Yeah, he a guy, when you watch this film and you break down this film once he entered the portal, he a guy that had the value to play both outside and inside receiver, so you know he had position flexibility. Well, when you see a guy that could do both of those things, you know he got to be a smart youngin to be able to move around. And so all of those things checked off, you know, and then he's really good at the top of his route. He fundamentally sound. Football means something to him. He gonna do all the extra. I wouldn't be surprised if he catching judge right now. Like, that's just the guy that Rob is, and I think that's what helped him.
You coached in the Sun Belt a little bit, and there's some Sun Belt guys on this team. Jalen, Kieran,
Yep.
Rob. You guys have found some success with that league.
Yep, man. And the Sun Belt a talented league, and those kids those young men are talented, and it's been good for us so far.
You have a lot of new receivers, but you had 2 come back. What have you seen from Caleb and Camden, knowing that there's a lot of hype and a lot of talk about the other guys, but you've got 2 there that are back?
Yeah, the main thing that we preach in the receiver room, man, we better together. It don't matter about hype. It don't matter about who came in. Everybody getting coached up. Everybody getting reps. Everybody gonna support each other. Everybody gonna be accountable to what the standard that we set in the room. And I think once you create that type of atmosphere, it's easier to block out the stuff that, or it's easier to block out an expectation that's outside if the room got a standard that we set for ourselves. So we standards over expectations, you know, and I think the receiver room bonded to that, and that's how you keep them together. And it don't matter who out there, we represent each other, and so we gonna compete in that way. Whether it's Caleb or whether it's Keandre, the standard is the same. We want to compete. We want to dominate. We want to put the best plays on the film.
Marcus, from a recruiting perspective, what's working for you guys right now?
I think it started from the top with Coach Freeze. He an elite recruiter. I think that's point blank. And then the second part of it is you know, once you got an elite recruiter at the top and he's recruiting, it's just the standard that we set. And the thing is, we genuine in our relationships with these guys. We trying to transform them. We trying to build real relationships, and I think they see that. I think they see something special about Auburn, about how we go about our business, how consistent we are. And like I said, that part of it starts from the top in Coach Freeze.
Ben was talking about getting a full year under your belt and being able to kind of get those relationships. Do you feel the same way that now that you've been here a year?
Yep, absolutely. That always helps. And now when, you know, families coming to campus and, you know, our program and our core values are set, which is family, right? They see that. And that's how we do everything around here, whether it's coach to coach, whether it's player to coach, whether it's coach to recruit. I think they sense the family atmosphere that is set by Coach Freeze. And I know everybody on staff is on board with that, and that's what I think is the biggest difference in how we doing everything. Yeah.
Marcus, going back to the summer, what was your pitch, the staff's pitch to a guy like Keandre, who was super highly rated, pretty much could have gone wherever he wanted in the portal?
Yeah, man, just it kind of go back to the relationship thing. We huge on relationships here, and I think ultimately that's what led Keandre to coming here. You know, I think all these youngest, man, just in the world that we're living in today, if they feel people that's accountable around them, if they feel people that gonna hold them accountable, and not only do that on the field, but also off the field, I think that's what they want. And ultimately, just knowing Dre and all of that, I think that's what it came down to. He felt that he could blossom. He felt that he could be himself here. And he also felt good about Peyton Thorne, and he felt good about the younger receivers that he could leave an impact on. And so I think all of those things resonated with him, and he wanted to be a leader, and he's seen a golden opportunity to come in and be that.
What do you envision the biggest difference in the offense being from this year compared to last year?
You know, just guys focusing in and honing in on, you know, what's being asked to do. And so it's been good to see guys just continue to buy into exactly what's being taught. It's good to see Coach Freeze, you know, being involved, and it's super exciting, and you can sense it from the players as well.